Good day. It is a beautiful day here in West Virginia, and today we're going to have 3 readings from Marcus and Me, days 12, 13, and 14. So I've had some things going on and some things that are going to go on tomorrow, and so these readings are going up all together in one big video. Let's go see what Marcus has to say to us for the next 3 days. In today's 12th meditation from Marcus, he begins, if you had a stepmother and a real mother, you would pay your respects to your stepmother, yes, but it's your real mother you'd go home to. The court and philosophy, keep returning to it, to rest in its embrace. It's all that makes the court and you endurable. If you had a stepmother and a real mother, I'm wondering what the court is. Interesting. Day 12 of Marcus. He always throws you some zingers. And I guess stepmothers ain't nothing new. They had them back then. I would think by the court that Marcus Aurelius meant like the social courts of the day, not the judicial courts we have today. Because there were certainly social systems back in the day. And I would assume that this is just some information for people that had a stepmother and a mother. I have always just had a mother. But some people have had step-parents that are better, if not equal to their real parents, very influential in their life. Some of us have even found people that in our lives are like mothers. So I don't know that I can always agree with this, especially in a collapsing civilization, but I can't imagine that things weren't like that back even then, because Marcus Aurelius himself had many men that were very influential, so they could have been considered like brothers or stepfathers or grandfathers. It's one thing I love about tribal organization is that you had the wisdom of the elders. I have a native elder, and I call her Grandma. And I have women at church that I consider like my grandmas in my mind, especially with mine being gone to heaven. So, interesting Marcus today, day 12. I would think the court was the social court, certainly not the judicial one. I don't know how many judges I would want as my stepmother or stepfather. Today's 13th meditation begins like seeing roasted meat and other dishes in front of you and suddenly realizing this is a dead fish, a dead bird, a dead pig, or that this noble vintage is grape juice, and the purple robes are sheep wool dyed with shellfish blood, or making love, something rubbing against your penis, or other part, a brief seizure and a little cloudy liquid. I can't believe I just read this. Or making love, something rubbing against your penis, a brief seizure and a little cloudy liquid. Perceptions like that, latching onto things and piercing through them, so we see what they really are. That's what we need to do all the time, all through our lives when things lay claim to our trust, to lay them bare and see how pointless they are, to strip away the legend that encrusts them. Pride is a master of deception. When you think you're occupied in the weightiest business, that's when he has you in his spell. Compare crates and xenocrates. Oh, that pride. Today's 13th meditation is pretty interesting. Certainly about penis or vaginas, in my case, because I don't have a penis. But I think what he's talking about is actual perceptions, like viewing a steak that it used to be a cow, about looking at a dish made of fishes and knowing that it was a living fish. And I think what he's saying is pride is master of deception. So pride is something that can perhaps block you from seeing the truth of things, and perhaps taking life maybe too seriously, drama maybe too seriously, and thus you are cast into the magician's spell. If you're a Christian, you should know who the magician would be and whose spell you would be under. So I think that's pretty self-explanatory, and that's all I have to say about it. That's why the Lord asks Christians to give thanks for your food. Why many Aboriginal tribes and Native tribes would thank their Creator for their food, realizing that it was a living being, and not taking it seriously, but blessing that being's life. And also you have to realize, when he talks here about the penis, that the cloudy liquid is also a life force. It's the fountainhead of life, or there wouldn't be any more human beings down here. So it's not only a natural thing, actually, even though I'm kind of giggling about it. But the pride is a master of deception. Hold on to that the next time you find yourself slipping into whatever abyss or trap of the spellcaster's spell he's created for you. Day 13 of Aurelius Me. What a zinger. What a real eye-opener. In today's 14th meditation from Marcus, he begins, "Things ordinary people are impressed by fall into the categories of things that are held together by simple physics, like stones or wood, or by natural growth, figs, vines, olives. Those admired by more advanced minds are held together by a living soul, flocks of sheep, herds of cows. Still more sophisticated people admire what is guided by a rational mind, not the universal mind, but one admired for its technical knowledge, or for some other skill, or just because it happens to own a lot of slaves. But those who revere that other mind, the one we all share, as humans and as citizens, aren't interested in other things. Their focus is on the state of their own minds, to avoid all selfishness and illogic, and to work with others to achieve that goal." Oh, that's pretty good at the end. Those who revere that other mind, the one we all share, the collective conscious, as humans and as citizens, aren't interested in other things. Their focus is on the state of their own minds, to avoid all selfishness and illogic, and to work with others to achieve that goal. How important that is in team building, or in a family, or in a workplace environment, that you're working towards a goal together in unison, even though you're still individuals. that you help to prop each other up, you help to calm each other down when one's getting upset. And you can only do that through selflessness. That cannot be done through selfishness. There is no I in team. Day 14 with Marcus. All 3 of these I'm posting because I'm heading off to the rodeo tomorrow. And I don't plan on posting any YouTube videos. So, day 14 with Marcus. Good morning for the next 3 mornings. It is day 233, 234, and 235. And this is a 3-day readings of St. Augustine. St. Augustine was a very revered saint because before he was a famous saint, Augustine was a notorious sinner. He wandered from the faith, and after a dramatic spiritual transformation, he returned to become a bishop and a theologian in the early development of the Catholic Church. So these short daily meditations and day by day are candid reflections on the challenges to living a life of faith from someone who experienced the major pitfalls, and I do mean pits. His wisdom is timeless, his words are profound, and his message ever relevant, if not even more relevant to today. So join me on this 3 days of St. Augustine and his advice to the youth.